Hi first graders, and welcome to Math Lesson 154. And today we're going to do a little bit of review, but we're also going to learn something new. I would love for you to please have your whiteboard and your dry erase marker out and ready, because you're going to need those today. And you can also have your worksheet for today for lesson 154 ready, because I will go over that at the end of the lesson. It's page 307 and 308. All right, so the very first thing that we're going to do is go over writing addition and subtraction combinations from one dot card. So we're going to go through this one together, and then you're going to pause the video and you're going to write the addition and subtraction combinations for the second card on your own, and then you'll unpause it and check your answers. Okay, so let's get started with our first dot card. So here I have the number 5 in the first box and the number 3 in the second box. So I know that those are the two numbers that we're going to be using to write our addition combination. So for the first one, we put 5 plus 3, and 5 plus 3 equals 8. And for the second addition combination, I'm going to switch the two numbers. So the second one is going to say 3 plus 5 also equals 8. Good. So I have my first two combinations. The addition ones are done. Those are pretty easy. Now, sometimes for the subtraction combinations, my friends want to put these two numbers here as well. But that doesn't work out, because when you get to the bottom, and if you write 3 minus 5, you're not going to be able to do that combination. So just as a reminder for my friends, this number here, the answer of the addition combinations, is the first number that you're going to write for your subtraction combinations. So we're going to put the 8 here. For the first one, I'm going to write 8 minus 5 equals 3. And for the second combination, I'm going to do the same thing. The answer from the addition combinations goes here. It's the first number in our subtraction combinations. So I also have an 8. So I did 8 minus 5 here. So what do you think I'm going to put here? 8 minus 3. That's right. 8 minus 3 equals 5. So the three numbers that we used for our combinations are 5, 3, and 8. So for the second one, you're going to do the exact same thing. Write your addition combinations first, and then your subtraction combinations. And then we'll check our answers. So go ahead and pause your video now. All right, my friends, hopefully you were able to write your combinations down, so we can go ahead and check them now. So my numbers that I have on this dot card are 4 and 2. So I know that I can add those two numbers together for my first combination. 4 plus 2 equals 6. For my second combination, I'm just going to switch these two numbers. 2 plus 4 equals 6. So again, just like on this one, the first number for your subtraction combination is going to be the number 6. 6 minus 4 equals 2. And 6 minus 2 equals 4. That's what you should have written on your whiteboard. Give me a thumbs up if that's what you had. All right, great job. All right, you erase your whiteboard, but keep it out because you're still going to need it. So I'm going to be giving you clues about a number with place value, and you're going to figure out what number that is and write it on your whiteboard. Then I'm going to hold up a card with that number so that you can check to see if your answer was correct. So for example, I might say, this number has 1 10 and 4 4 ones. This number has 1 10 and 4 ones. You're going to write what number you know has 1 10 and 4 ones on your whiteboard. You should have written down the number 14. The number 14 has 1 10 and 4 ones. So that's what we're going to do with a few more numbers. So go ahead and get your whiteboard ready. We're going to start with smaller numbers and work our way up. All right, the number that I'm holding has 2 10s and 5 ones. So write down the number on your whiteboard that has 2 10s and 5 ones. Ready? You should have written down the number 25. The number 25 has 2 10s and 5 ones. And our numbers are going to get a little bit bigger. On your whiteboard, I want you to write down the number that has 4 10s and 7 ones. Write the number that has 4 10s and 7 ones. You should have written down the number 47. 47 has 4 10s and 7 ones. All right, the last one that we are going to do is going to be a little bit harder because this number has a hundreds place, a tens place, and a ones place. Okay, so listen carefully so you can write it down on your whiteboard. The number that I'm holding has 100, 4 10s, and 1 ones. Okay, I'm going to say it again. The number that I'm holding has 1 in the hundreds place, 4 in the tens place, and 1 in the ones place. 100s, 4 10s, and 1 ones. Ready? You should have written down the number 141. This number has 100, 4 10s, and 1 ones. Awesome job. All right, remember I said that we were going to learn something new today, and I have on my whiteboard an addition combination. Now this looks a little bit different than the addition combinations that we've done because we've added combinations with 2 numbers or numbers that have 1 digit each. We've added combinations like this where each number has 2 digits, but we haven't added numbers with 3 digit yet. So this will be our very first time doing that, but I have a secret for you. It's really easy. Because we already know how to add numbers with 2 digits, adding numbers with 3 digits will be simple for us. So let me show you how to do it. I don't want you to write anything on your whiteboard. We'll do one together in a minute. I just want you to look and see how I'm doing it. Just like with our other addition problems, you're always going to start in the ones place. That's right. Always start in the ones place. So 4 plus 5 equals 9. Good. 6 plus 3 equals 9. And 2 plus 1 equals 3. So your answer would be 399. See, we do it exactly the way that we did it with 2-digit numbers, but now you have numbers in the hundreds place that you're going to add also. So here is my next combination. Now for this one, I do want you to write this on your whiteboard. So on your whiteboard, you're going to make yours look like mine. You're going to write down 130, and you are going to write 156. And then we are going to add those numbers together. Okay, or you can do it on your own if you know how and you can do it a little bit faster than us. 0 plus 6 equals 6. 3 plus 5 equals 8. And 1 plus 1 equals 2. So your answer should be 286. All we are going to go over what you are going to be doing on your worksheet for today. So take out your worksheet so that we can go over the directions. So for number 1 on the front of your worksheet, you're going to write 2 addition facts and 2 subtraction facts, just like we did in our lesson today. For number 2, you're going to look at the thermometer and you're going to write down the temperature that thermometer is showing you. For number 3, you're going to divide the circle into halves. Now, is there only one right way to do that? No, your line can go in many, many different directions and it still will be dividing the circle in half. What's really important to remember when you're dividing anything in half is that both sides have to be equal. So for number 4, you're going to divide the rectangle into thirds. So think to yourself, what does thirds mean? How many pieces would you have if you break something up into thirds? Once you remember that, then you can break up your rectangle. But it's the same thing as when you're breaking something up into halves. Those pieces that you break the rectangle up into have to be the same size. Okay, they all have to be the same size once you break them up. For number 5, they want you to count from 971 to 1,000, okay, by ones. So the first number that they have there for you is 971. The next number is going to be 972. And then you're going to go all the way to 1,000. Turn your paper over. So for number 1, you're going to be doing what we just learned how to do. You're going to be adding numbers that have 3 digits. It says write the sums, add the ones first, then add the tens, last of all, add the hundreds. And they have the places separated there for you so that it makes it easier for you to see. For number 2, Tanya and Tina have the same favorite ice cream flavor. Use the clues to find their favorite flavor. Circle the ice cream that is their favorite. So you're going to read the clues, and based on the clues that you read, you're going to decide which one is their favorite, and then you'll circle it. Now, for number 3, it's a thinking cap. That means it's a little bit trickier, and you really have to use your brain and think hard. Number 3 says write the missing numbers by 1s, 2s, 3s, 5s, or 10s. Now, what they mean by that is it's not going to tell you if it's going to be by 1s or 2s or 3s or 5s or 10s. You have to look at the 2 numbers that they've already written down to decide what you're counting by. So for example, the first one has 30, then an empty square, and then a 40. Okay, so if I'm counting and I have 30, an empty square, and then a 40, I know that I'm not counting by tens because there has to be a number that I can write down in between the 30 and the 40. I know it's not by ones. 2s don't work. 3s also don't work. Could 5 work? Let's see. 30, 35, 40. Does that work? It does. So I know that for that row, they want me to fill it in counting by 5s. You're going to do the same thing for the next row. They have a 30, a blank square, and a 34. There's a number missing in between those 2. Are you counting by 1s? No. 10s? Definitely not. Could 2s work? Let's see. 30, 32, 34. Did that work? It did. For the second one, they want you to count by 2s. You're going to do the same thing for the rest of the rows and figure out what you were counting by in order to fill them in. All right, friends, you all did wonderful. Do your very best on your worksheet, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.